Ooh, hello there, my fellow modders and crafters. Good times with Scar here, and welcome back to the wonderful worlds of Hermits and Crafting, Lost in the Woods edition. And we're here at the town of Sweetberry, which we are renovating from a standard Minecraft village into a beautiful Minecraft modern design. As if the question has been posed, what if Minecraft had a beautiful modern village? And we're trying to attempt to make that. And I think it is coming out extra cool. And as you can see behind us, the rocket is now being assembled so we can head on home eventually. Now down below we built these beautiful greenhouses, and I think this whole map or this whole city is starting to turn into a giant RTS game. Here in the observatory, imposter cat. I got a story about that in a moment. Anyway, so this is like the start of like Command and Conquer, where you have like a starting building, right? And then the roads start to kind of emerge from it. And then you need to build your food for your army or your workers or something along those lines. And then you get your vehicle bay to start building vehicles. Now you need power, so you got to build your windmills up at the top of the hill there. Next, we need to build the houses for the workers and things along those lines. So that is what we're going to work on today. And my vision for the residential areas is skyscrapers and little houses scattered around. So I think what I'm going to do is build my first skyscraper in this area right here. And then the smaller houses are going to be kind of tucked here, here, and there. And then there's going to be a little bit of a fun surprise on this side, because we have built the... Nothing to say. We have built the Sweetberry Emergency Pillager Shelter. And of course we got Sheriff Raspberry because Sheriff Blueberry died in the line of duty. And we mourn him, we respect him. So we now have a new sheriff in town. So let's head into the emergency shelter. Oh wait, hold on. What the heck? What in the world? Why does this not work? Oh, there it goes. I don't know why that wasn't working. I think you can't hit it from the bottom. You gotta hit it from the side. Ha, okay. Anyway, down below we have all of our villagers safe and protected here. You can't really get in there because you just bounce back up the stairs, by the way. There's too many of them down here. So yeah, I cannot wait to free them out of the shelter once this place is fully up and ready to roll. It's story time now, so settle in for this one. So I go out in search of Jelly because we have not been successful here at this village in finding Jelly yet. So I thought, you know, there's some villages out in the distances, so let's go and do a little exploring. And I go out there and I encounter, just like right off the bat, a pillager raid or a pillager patrol, I think it is. So I kind of messed them up a little bit, you know, got some crossbows, got some banners, got one of their heads, which is kind of amazing. And turns out if you do that, you get some bad vibes. And if you go into another village, you start spreading those bad vibes to the villagers, and that makes the village super upset and super negative, really, and that triggers the pillagers because they feed on the negativity, and so they are attracted to the village and they destroy it with the passion of 1,000 pillagers. And I apologize to the 3 villages that I destroyed today in search of Jelly, but it was for Jelly, so it's okay. We're about to undertake a huge project, but before we do that, I think it's only appropriate to stop at the Sweetberry Cemetery and pay our respects. The number of fallen here is starting to rise. Hope I didn't cause all of these. Let's see, we'll start with the sheriff. Sheriff Blueberry was slain by a horde of zombies protecting the Mayor Strawberry, which, I mean, once he went down, they attacked Strawberry, but we appreciate his efforts. I mean, he really went for it there. And of course, rip Mayor Strawberry, great mayor, a mayor we did a great bargain with, and we're going to keep to our word by renovating the village here. And that was, of course, because of Flynn. We landed our rocket on his house, so sorry about that. And a tabby cat, rip not Jelly. This cat was slain in a fit of rage because someone can't find Jelly. Not me, of course. I would never do such a thing. Something that I neglected up until this point is establishing a landscape for the area. So I wonder if we could come up with a unique tree design, one, and then a unique ground covering. So that would be like some kind of a grass. If we can't come up with anything unique for the ground covering outside of, say, terracotta green for a grass, or, you know, powdered concrete green for the grass that'll go along here, I think we can make up with it with a potential tree design that I have in mind that I think you guys will absolutely love. But where I want to start my building first is with the skyscraper. So what we're going to need to do for this is we need to prep the land. We need to get rid of the trees. We need to move that mountain back just ever so slight and do a whole bunch of concretifying concrete, because this is going to be a big one. And with that, we now have concrete and a little bit of cyan terracotta looking super fancy. That's going to be an interesting color palette there for our skyscraper. So I have the basic layout set here, and you can see that the footprint isn't super big, but I think it'll be scaled really well to kind of, you know, shoot off into the sky, be lower, of course, than our wind turbines and the observatory, but it'll definitely have a unique design to it. And with that, I have another idea for a build to put over our tunnel here. So we'll get to that in a minute. It'll be up in that section over there. So I'm happy about that. Now, I think this fits in here really well. And the reason why I chose to put it here, I want to mention this because it's really important when it comes to build. Oh, was that Jelly? Jelly! Oh my gosh, I lost the fish, so I traded for a bucket of water. Hold on, how do I get the fish out of here? Okay, this is not right. Oh, no, not comfortified. Get back here. Okay, we got it. We got the fish. Okay. Okay, this wasn't the most efficient way of getting fish. Oh, there she goes. Jelly, come back. I'm your friend. It's me. It's me. Hello. You know me. I let you sleep on the router today. No, come back here. Oh my gosh, this is just like her. Is this because I washed your eyes off because they were all gunky today? Are you leaving me? Back here. Come back here. No. It's okay. It's okay. Come on. It's okay. Look, Jelly. Come here. Yeah, look. Oh, I got the fish. It's ASMR Scar. Come here, Jelly. Oh, this is so realistic. Hello there, Mr. Fox. I am here for a cat, not you. Please go about your business. Okay, you're the top cat. You're on the... Whoa, what was that? What was that flying fox? It's flying. What the heck? That was insane. Oh, hello. Hey, Jelly. Come here, Jelly. Come here. Please, for the love of all things catnip, come here. Oh my gosh, she's coming over here. We've got her. Yes, we've got our own Jelly. Jelly, this is amazing. This is the best day ever. Oh my gosh, and her little red collar, it looks so accurate. Oh my gosh, this makes me very, very happy. I think it finally fully hit me that Jelly is now in Minecraft, and I was always saying it like we could spawn her into the game, but to find her organically through the game, it's really overwhelming. I had to take a moment from recording and step back because first I was speechless, which is hard as a YouTuber to ever be speechless. And I honestly had like a tear in my eye. Like, it's so cool that she's in the game, and seeing that you guys are having so much fun having her as a pet through your Minecraft adventures. Like, it's incredibly emotional, honestly. Yeah. But anyway, Jelly, it's good to have you. Good to have you here in the city of Sweetberry, and we have many great adventures ahead of us and great builds. But what we're going to do now, Jelly, is we're going to hit super fast build mode, and we're going to start working on our next skyscraper here with a very unique color palette that I hope will inspire you guys for your... What in the world? There's another Jelly! The army of Jellies is now commencing. Haha, love it. Anyway, guys, let's hit it. A lot of you Scarians have been asking how the chameleon setup is going, and I'm happy to announce that I'm fully operational on my new computer. the chameleon. So we retired White Lightning, served us from 2014 to 2019, and it was a great computer. It's what we built our streaming channel on and all of those wonderful things, but it's time to move on to this computer. And you might be asking, why the chameleon as the name? Well, that's because it has RGB lights all over it. And I got those because I'm on the computer 10 plus hours a day, and I just wanted to add a little color to my life as I'm sitting here working on videos, and it is super entertaining to do that. But the functional side of it is cutting down at least 25 minutes of my render time, and is also making the videos very smooth, and that is really making me happy. And it took me a long time to get it all set up. One day I realized, like, I'm just gonna have to sit down. Well, I'm always sitting down, but I need to sit here and I need to get it fully set up. So I'm glad I did that after Mindfair Seattle. And as for my room in general, I've changed everything for my backdrop on Twitch. So if you're following me on Twitch, you're gonna be able to see some cool new things coming soon. I've got some new Disney memorabilia in the background. I moved the computer into a new location, and we got some fun things coming up on not only YouTube, but Twitch also. End of super fast build mode, and we now had 3 Scar scrapers here in the town of Sweetberry, and I am loving every minute of it. These things were a blast to make. I delayed the video an extra day so I could really refine them in my test world before completing them. So originally we just had this one right here, and it had, you know, the fun color palette with the orange, the blue, and of course these smooth quartz up in the center as the prime block. But then I'm like, we gotta make more of them. We'll get to those in just a minute. Let's take a look at this one here. So the interiors are not complete yet. We're gonna work on those eventually. And I'm loving the smooth quartz. It's one of my new favorite blocks in 1.14. And with 1.14, I had no idea there was gonna be so many fun things that we could use the new blocks for. I didn't even know about smooth quartz. And when 1.15 and 1.16 come out eventually, I wanna be way more up to date on what is the potential for builders. We used to do that back in the day, and we stopped doing it in the recent years. We got to get back to that so we don't miss out on fun things that we could do with the new blocks. So there's that skyscraper, and then we have 2 more over here. So we've got this one, which relies heavily on kind of the neutral blocks. So you get your grays with a mix of white, but then you have the orange to really give it a bit of a pop. So I'm really loving that one, but my favorite is the turquoise building. So let's go up to the front because it's a little bit more pleasing to the eye from the front here. And you can see how it's got like a really fun kind of unique shape to it. Lots of beautiful little windows. I forgot to put the white panes back in each one of these because it was slightly off and I had to tear portions of it down and rebuild it. But I'm loving it. It's got a little green, it's got a little turquoise built into it. And of course it needs an interior for sure. But what this town needs the most is a communications array. And I have a pretty good idea on what I want to do for this hill. So I want to build up a tower pointing towards the general direction of the Hermitcraft Island, which I think will be really, really fun. Once we complete that, we'll move down to this lower section here, and this is going to be kind of the residential suburb area of the city. We're going to build some more of our houses along here. Now, there's one other place that we still need to build in, and that is in this region over here. So we need to rebuild the emergency shelter, and of course, we've got to put a hot tub somewhere because no town of Sweetberry would be complete without a hot tub. Now, I think with that, we will finally have a more living, breathing city that is alive and is definitely not a Concorp weapons research facility. I don't know where that rumor started, but it is completely false. Sure makes you wonder where these rumors start these days. Weapons facility. Oh, that's such silly talk. Anyway, I was thinking we also need to make a tunnel in this mountain eventually, but first we got to work on our communications array. And I think I've got a decent design lined up, and I've got all the resources that we're going to need. So we've got our cyan terracotta, we've got our smooth quartz, of course, and then we got some end rods and the ice and the white stained glass, similar to what we did for the telescope. So I think that will look really cool. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to start a base structure like so, and then it's going to be pointing in somewhere in this direction here, which I think is back to the main Hermitcraft Island. So yeah, let's see where it takes us. It's simple, but it's effective. It is a communication array array to bring in Hermitcraft to the city of Sweetberry, and I'm loving it. I like it. It's like I said, it's just super simple, but it's an effective design. So I'm pleased with that. Now I did go with the smooth curts over the snow, and the reason was I was going to try to smooth out some of these edges with some half slabs, but I just couldn't get the balance right with it. But I think it's good the way it is. Now where we do need to go immediately is to the villagers, because I have no food left and I'm about to die. Hello, Jelly. So let's head on down and let's do some trading. Just get down here. I'm starving here. I've got 4 haunches left and 4 hearts, and they're all jumping in their beds from me. So I think we could still trade with the guys looking for beds. Still looking for Mr. Pie here. And I think our best bet is to look for a hat, because I believe it's a farmer that sells the delicious pie we're looking for. I keep getting bamboozled by the fisherman. He's got like a slightly smaller bowler style hat. Mr. Pie, I see you. Come back here. Come back here. I'm starving, Mr. Pie. No, 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 come back here. Get back here. There we go. Okay, so for two emeralds, we can get, wait, no, I want this. There we go. Yes. Oh man, this is great. Hey, come on now. You gotta give me more than 24. You got anything else I can eat? Ooh, hello there. I love myself some golden carrots. Okay, that should be enough food to get through the rest of the day. Wait, is that cookies? Okay, some cookies too. It feels good to finally get some nutrition once again so we can sustain our building, which we're gonna move on to another project. Ooh, a sleeping fox down there. Anyway, so where we wanna move is to the roads. I wanna clean them up before we start tackling our suburb area. So this area is a bit of a mess, so we can start to clean it up. And I have a question for you guys, and that is, if you had all the resources in the world to create some magnificent Minecraft build in the real world, what would you choose to do? Like, think of something you've built, and what would that be? Let me know in the comments. I was thinking about it with things that I've built, and it kind of went back and forth. Like, Scar City would be pretty cool to have a futuristic city, but I think it would go back definitely to our Scarland roller coaster, the big old roller coaster we built in our survival world. I think that would be the most amazing thing, in my opinion, for myself. That's what I would choose, but I'm curious, like, what would you guys choose from all the great stuff that you've built? And I'm trying to line these up. I think it goes like that. I think so. And I just keep going back and forth. Then I'm like, well, if I just had to build a house, would I do the Scarland ranch house, or would I do the fishing cabin in the woods, which is unique in itself? So yeah, I don't know. I just think it's a really interesting question, and I'm very curious to hear your answers in the comments. So where else we want to work is these areas, like, you know, ends in a river. That's no good. And right here, this needs a tunnel. So we need to devise a tunnel design for this. We may need to bust out a beacon at some point. So we just kind of maybe, you know, like a nice little archway across here, and then send the road inward to the mountain. And I think that should be fairly simple, but also make a huge impact on the overall aesthetic of the village. So there isn't just walls at the end of our roads. We now have a bridge and 2 tunnels. So below us, we have our bridge, and I really like this end-rod railing design. So it casts light, it's super, you know, functional looking, you know, holding up the railing across there. And yeah, I think that looks really fancy. There's some good fishing down there. Look at those salmons. Whew. Anyway, we've got our tunnels now set up and ready to roll. So as you can see, the road kind of stretches all the way into the zombie tunnel there. Also, we have another Jelly. The Jelly army is now ever expanding, which is amazing. And then as you can see through the observatory, we've got ourselves another tunnel built up and ready to roll, and we're going to push the walls a little further back, but I just wanted to get the start of these tunnels designed and ready for prime time. So next, these roads on the back have been pushed back a little bit further, and I added this little kind of tapered design to the road, so it looks like it kind of disappears into the distance as it kind of breaks away. So I like that. Now, what we need to do is move our attention to our final build today, which is going to be amazing, and that is the residential housing district. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start in this area right here, and I think we can fit 2 houses in this spot, and then right around here behind the robotics factory, another location. We just need to knock down that hill, and we'll have room for another house. So that leaves us with a small bit of land here, and of course some land in this section. So in the comments, let me know what I should do in these areas because there's a little bit of room there and I'm not quite sure what to do there. So I want to hear from you on that. So let's hit super fast build mode one more time. End of super fast build mode, and below us we've got two fancy new houses ready to go, and I think the residents of Sweetberry are going to absolutely love them. But we don't have our third house yet, and we'll talk about that in just a minute because I was encountering some technical issues with that. And let's take a land right in front of a brand new residential house here, and I love it. I think there's a lot of fun texture and detail within the design, but still being, you know, minimalist, modern, and things along those lines. So we got a little bit of wood, we have a garage door, got a gray beam kind of separating the first and the second story, and of course we got that smooth quartz right up the top, and then every kind of the roof, the walls are kind of gray. Just kind of let those blend out and focus your eyes on some of the nicer details like the wood and the quartz. So I think that came out really nice. And this giant wall might need a window or something to break it up. But when you're doing modern, you don't always want to jam in as much detail as possible. You need your eye to have kind of a break when you're looking at it, you know, kind of a flat plain section with then like a cool window off to the side. That's the best way of doing it. Now, this one, I like this one too. This one's kind of simple. I might extend out these blocks right here by one, so they kind of yeah, you know what? I think that's actually going to be good. Let's just quickly do that together. And this probably was the worst scaffolding material I could have possibly have chose. I think this would look so much better here. Continuing my poor choices in life. There we go. And let's cut this down. Look at how long this is going to take us. It's okay. Anyway, so, oh wow, yeah, that makes a huge difference. I'm loving it. So, got the nice little bit of the cyan. There we go. Cyan down there, got the smooth quartz, and the interiors are not installed yet, but we'll eventually get there. But as I mentioned when we started that time lapse, I was going to make 3 houses. Now, I tried to do it over on the cliff over there, and I still might. But I think it might be better if I build it in this area, help kind of fill in this area of the city a little bit more. Problem is, it's a little too small of a space for this bigger house. So, we could take down the hill a little bit, or we could cut the house in half with a saw. That's an option. It's an option. What do you think, Jelly? Or what do you think? Should we build it here or over there? Here would be smaller, over there would be the original size. What do you think? Jelly, I'm up here. Hey, Jelly. Hello. I got catnip. There you go. Got your attention. What do you think? Small or big? Okay, she wanted small. Let's do it. I agree, Jelly. I think that house looks absolutely perfect there. Now, I did scale it way down from its original design. So maybe someday we can make the supersized version of it, but I think it looks good. Now, as for the cyan, I think that color looks best with the wood and the grays and the glass, things along those lines. Now, for this location, I might swap it out because there is a cyan building just around the corner there. So what color would you choose for here? So hashtag color choice. Let me know in the comments what color would you choose to put in there, because like I said, cyan was the only thing I had on me at the moment. So hello, are you okay? Are you hungry? Oh, get used to it, guys. She's gonna follow us around doing that for the rest of our video time. Anyway, so back on the house here, I think it looks good. Let's swoop around the back here a little bit. We do need to add windows in this section over here. She's following us, she wants food. And I think the upper regions up here look pretty cool. The original design had like a balcony and stuff that was removed here to fit in this location, but I'm happy with it. Let's take flight one more time so we can look at these skyscrapers before we, oh my gosh, I cannot take flight. I can't take flight. Give me wings. There we are. Up, up, and away we go. So, yeah, look at this place. Our little RTS game is really starting to come out. We've got our map radar, so we've opened up the map with our communications. We've got our food stations, we've got our residential houses now, and of course we got our power, our rockets being assembled to take us back to Hermitcraft. Oh, and our vehicle base, so we can build vehicles. Man, I've had an absolute blast with this project. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Just one more small thing to do in our next episode, and then we're blasting off. But until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar. Hello, Jelly. Nice to have you up here. I don't even remember where I was in my outro. Jelly, you're making it hard over here. I'm just gonna make up a spot I was at. If you believe the video deserved a rating, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you later. And don't forget to subscribe, because you may just become scarred for life.